What is going on, my fellow Remnant 2 gamers? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope everyone has been doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, I'm excited to bring you another amazing build in my opinion, guys. This is a very powerful build that does great damage and has pretty good survivability as well. Alright, guys, and the prism that I'm using today is the double mod prism. Well, legendary perk actually, and overall it's a really fun perk to use on the prism, guys. Like I said, before the buff to the experience points, I wasn't really focused on leveling up these prisms, but now it's pretty easy to level them up. Really fun to use. And as you see in the gameplay, guys, this build that I'm using today, it really destroys bosses really quickly, guys. I always like to demonstrate these builds on the trial by fire. You know, it's killing 7 bosses. Not too bad. I don't really like playing the gauntlet too much, guys, because I get burned out pretty quickly when you're going through those 19 bosses. But overall, I feel like this is a good way to showcase this build and show how powerful it can do, guys. And I'm also, like I said, I'm showing a little bit of gameplay of just regular open world gameplay as well, without fighting the bosses in the trials or basically doing the boss rush. With that being said, I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on my channel, especially those who always have something positive to say, guys, and always take time to get that thumbs up. Really helps to push the content. If you're new to the channel, you like the content as well, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It does not cost a thing, guys. And anytime there's a build request, if I don't put that build out right then, guys, either it's not working or I'm still working on it. So I just want to throw that out there. All right, guys, so here's a little demonstration at the range of how much damage this build can do, guys. It's amazing. And what you want to do, guys, this is a weapon swap, a mod swap build. So you're going to be going back and forth on using your long gun and using your handgun mods, guys. This is one of those times where, you know, all my previous videos, I always used the corrupt the savior. I never really used the mod. This is one of those builds, guys, where you are using the mod on this corrupt the savior. As you can see, the damage is pretty good, guys. You're going back and forth. And I want to say on the corrupt the savior, the more mod build up you got on that, guys, the higher the damage will be. But this is a really fun build to use, and I recommend anybody that hasn't tried out the mod swap build yet to definitely give it a try. All right, so let's get ready to go over this build. As you can see, guys, many of you know, if you're not new to this game, that I'm using the Archon as the primary class, guys, because you get that it generates 15 mod power per second, and casting a mod doubles this for 10 seconds. And I did pair this with the Chaos Gate as well. The Chaos Gate is great, guys, because as long as you stand within that red aura, you can get up to 35% increase in all damage, but keep in mind whenever those 50 stacks are up, you will take 15% increase in all damage as well. And you also having any stacks generate 10% of mod power, so that's just great as well. All right, for the summoner, I did use this primarily, guys, for the perk, the Dominator perk. I didn't really use it for the summoners per se, guys, because I don't really care for using those too much. But the Dominator perk grants a 35% increase to mod, skill, and explosive damage, and 5% mod, skill, and explosive crit chance. So that's why I enjoy using the Summoner class, especially when I'm using mod or explosive builds. All right, for your armor, it really didn't matter, guys. I like this armor because it gives you that medium damage roll with a total damage reduction of pretty decent as well. I did use the Tranquil Heart Relic for the passive health regeneration too. And whenever you do take the relic, it doubles all health regeneration as well. And guys, since you're using the Archon, it also gives you mod power back as well. All right, the Corrupt the Savior, guys. This is one of those times, like I was saying, where this time I'm actually telling you to use the mod. And basically, it's called Fusion Cannon. It funnels all current mod charges into a powerful penetrating rail, dealing 756 base damage, which is increased per charge consumed up to a max of 9 charges. So the more charges, the more damage, guys. And I did use the fail-safe mutator. This deals 25% additional mod damage, and also you have a 15% chance not to consume the charge as well. Your melee weapon didn't really matter. I did use the Spectral Blade with the Shocker mutator, guys, just to be able to apply that overload and deal with those ads on certain bosses. All right, your handgun didn't really matter either, guys. You could use whichever one you prefer. I did use the Sure Shot. And the Skewer mod basically got a buff, guys. What it does, it fires a wretched spear, which embeds itself on contact. Spears deal 1,512 damage on hit, rapidly dividing inside the target until bursting, dealing 2,646 damage to all targets within 4.5 meters, guys. And this lasts for 11.5 seconds. And I did use the Harmonizer mutator to deal 20% additional mod damage and generate 25% additional mod power for stored weapons. All right, so the burden of the Silas ring, guys, this reduces ammo reserves by 20% and increases mod and skill damage by 15%. Don't worry about that ammo reserve reduced, guys. You're not even using the ammo. You only using it for the mod damage. All right, the Shard Bandit Ring. This increases mod damage by 12%. And Burden of the Follower, guys. This reduces fire rate. Again, we're not worrying about that. But it also increases mod power generation by 30%. So that way you get your mods back a lot faster. All right, and for the ring, guys, they use the probability cord. This increases critical damage by 20%. So whenever you do get those critical hits with your mod damage, guys, it'll be boost those numbers up some. All right, and the reaction chain. This increases mod damage by 20%, and activating the mod generates 50% of the mod power spent to the stored weapons mod. Guys, so basically you want to go back and forth with both of your handguns using the mods. That way you can just keep that loop going. All right, if you take a look at my weapon stats, guys, I had a fire rate of -5%. That really didn't really matter. I had critical damage at 80%, range damage 10%, mod damage. That's the biggest thing on this build, guys. 152%. With I had a mod crit chance of 15%, skill crit chance of 5%, and explosive damage right at 35%. And as you can see, guys, pretty balanced on the healing as well, right at 50%, life steal 3%. And so overall, this is a pretty balanced build. Really enjoy using this. All right, Flash Caster came automatically on the Archon, increases mod and skill cast speed by 50%. All right, Regrowth comes automatically on the Summoner. This increases health regeneration by 1.5 seconds, guys. So this comes automatic. Great. Triage, increase healing by 50%. I do have the Tranquil Heart Relic, and I also got the Regrowth trait on as well, so you got a lot of healing going on, guys. Now you could have easily switched out the Tranquil Heart Relic for the Profane Heart Relic. Would have worked great as well. Give you a little bit more nice life steal, innate life steal bonus of 3%, and it doubles that. Well, increases the efficacy of it by 50% whenever you do use the relic. So ultimately, either one of those relic would have worked great in this build, guys. But it's your choice. Like I said, I wanted to make these builds very powerful and survive pretty good. All right, 10 points in Fortified, increase armor effectiveness. Did have 4 points in Swiftness to increase movement speed by 6%. 10 points in Vigor to increase max life by 30. 10 points in Spirit, guys, to mod generation by 20%. 10 points in Amplitude, guys, to spread that AoE, especially whenever you're using the Skewer mod on your handgun, guys. That way it can spread that, make it much bigger, kill more enemies, take out more enemies a lot easier. All right, they have Siphoner, guys, grants 3% of base damage as lifesteal, guys. So that's more survivability. Get lifesteal and health regen, just great. All right, Bart Skin, 10 points in that, reduce all incoming damage by 10%. 10 points in Insight, this generates 10 mod power per second. They have 3 points in Endurance, guys. Now they have 3 points in Footwork, but you could have put these traits anywhere else you wanted, guys, but this increases movement speed while aiming. You wasn't doing a whole lot of aiming, so like I said, you could have put those trait points anywhere else you prefer. I did use the Mud Tooth Tonic. This increases max health by 20, and it remains in effect even after death. All right, and the free concoction that you get, guys, they did give me Meat Shake, and this increases damage reduction by 6.5% as well, guys. And you get this from taking the Mud Tooth Snake Oil Tonic. As you see, I had a total damage reduction of 59.1% on this particular build, so that was pretty great. The max you can get is 80%. All right, and as you see, guys, the Mud Tooth Snake Oil basically grants one random concoction, which stays in effect even after death, guys. So it's a free concoction, but you have no control of what it's going to be. All right, for the fragment, I had critical damage, weak spot damage, and mod damage. Now for that weak spot damage, again, if you're not going to be hitting much weak spot, guys, just go with the mod critical hit chance. Like I said, I go back and forth on that, so use whichever one you prefer. Didn't notice a whole lot of difference in the damage, but it just gives you more in mod critical hit chance. All right, so on the Prism, I did have range damage. Did have longevity, guys. This increases mod and skill duration. I have mage. This increases mod and mod damage and mod power generation. Did have tank. This reduces damage you take, guys, and armor bonus percentage. And I did have gunfighter. This increases fire rate and reload speed. And the power trip is the legendary perk, which doubles mod charges, guys. Now on this particular Prism, I was about to delete the whole thing, guys, because kind of messed up on it. Didn't really want that range up there, guys, but I because I was going for maybe a mod / skill build with this particular setup, but it worked pretty good, guys. I really enjoyed this whole build, this whole setup. And so basically I would have definitely took out that gunfighter, put something else, and even that range damage, I would have put something else there instead. But overall, I still really enjoyed it. It worked pretty good. I was able to take those bosses out pretty fast. All right, guys, so if you like the build, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your valuable time. As always, D Werewolf out.